Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, San Martin, and I have a very special vlogcast that we're doing today. Something that you do not want to miss. But you know what? We got to go ahead and get that morning intro going, and here it goes like this. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. You already saw me here this morning talking about the news, but now we want to talk about a little bit of business because that's what we love to do. We like to go ahead and do a business spotlight with some of our partners that are here in our area. And this is one of them that just showed up out of nowhere land. The thing is that we want to do is bring awareness to a lot of the cool businesses that are happening here. And this is one of them. And without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous.
Good morning, Quad Cities. Sifu Peterson. I teach Wing Chun Kung Fu. I have a class at the Elks Theater. We meet Wednesday 9 to 10:30, and then Saturday 3 to 4. And then I have classes different times over in Prescott Valley. The Elks Theater is a beautiful place to work out. One of the best places I've worked out in many, many years. We got mirrors, beautiful floor, beautiful views, and we work out hard in the hour that we've got there.
Yes. So one of the things that we wanted to do is bring, what they call product awareness. And with that being said, tell everybody kind of how you got into this and what type of people are you trying to attract?
I started the martial arts back in Minnesota when I was 15 years old. That was a long time ago. I've trained overseas close to 20 times. I've got about 10 trips into Okinawa, Japan, 10 trips into China. Right now, I have a deep love for Wing Chun Kung Fu. I study the culture, train, practice. I have a teacher currently in China that I'm in touch with every week. Because of COVID, all we can do is Zoom talks and texts. And whenever travel happens again, I'm going to go back and stay for a month or two.
Nice. So what made you fall in love with this art?
Well, first of all, Master Lee's one of the best instructors I've ever had. He really teaches, it's a family that you're involved in. It's a family. When we're in China, we have family stop by. They bring us tea. They'll bring us food. We work out, back to tea break, food, and just really a family atmosphere. And Master Lee, one of the most patient, understanding teachers I've ever had. But then his technique is also very good.
Okay, so one of the things that you tried in your life, I mean, is this the only mixed martial arts or any type of self-defense deal that you've tried?
Oh no, I've tried other styles. I tried Okinawan Shirite karate. I've dibbled and dabbled in Judo a little bit. I was in Choila Foot Kung Fu, where at one time I had a teacher in China. And I tried different martial arts back in Minnesota. And out of all the martial arts I've ever trained, I think this is the best fit for me. I really enjoy where we're going with the art. It's the art of self-defense. It gives you the skill set and how to deal with the real world in the social unrest times that we're in. Okay, and it gives you lots of options. We're going to try to defuse the situation, but we're also going to defend ourselves if we have to. And that's our last option.
So one of the things that we want to go ahead and do for the community is tell them a little bit of what your goals are. If I were a student and I came to you and asking you what is it that I can possibly do that will help out a situation as far as being attacked of some sort?
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about defusing the situation through some, I call it verbal judo. We can use that. Some commands. I used that back in law enforcement when I was working. Okay. We're also going to work on our awareness of where we're at. We can't, when we're out in public, be in a fog. You've got to be aware of what's going on around you. And that's a struggle that some people are having. You've got to be aware of what's in front of you and behind you in the real world. Okay.
We have a guest on here saying, good morning, sir. Let's see, Jermaine, what's up, my friend? Good morning.
All right.
Cryptech82, he says, good morning. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing? Thank you for joining us this special vlogcast. And okay, so one of the things that as you know, growing up, you know, being in a school environment
Mhm.
or being in even a work environment, sometimes we kind of find ourselves in a position where we have bullies. Now, I know that this is a thing that is a controlled.
Mhm.
It make you control your urges, control your abilities to
Mhm.
go ahead and hurt somebody.
Mhm.
Um, I guess the number one thought process right here is this: is that does this art bring confidence?
Oh, absolutely. I have a 10-year-old that's been bullied, and we've worked on awareness, things to say and do in the event that this bully would ever come forward again. And that bully has not come forward to her again. So she's been successful in dealing with this.
And this happens a lot, especially in a school environment.
Yes.
You know, I was actually chatted with the other day.
Mhm.
We won't say no names,
Oh,
but
no,
it
no, no
it
names.
happens to be involved. And she says that, you know, there's people that just kind of like act out. And we all know that
Mhm.
the loudest clown in the class,
Right.
everybody's like he, and they follow after that person for whatever reasoning it may be. But
Mhm.
at the same time, she goes, but this is not nice how they're doing it. And she acknowledges it, she sees it. And so I said, well, does she bully you? And she goes, no, but she bullies everybody else, and I just don't like it. I said, well, you know, technically you don't have to, you know, focus on what she's doing. You can just focus on what you need to do to get through the day.
Mhm.
When you are actually educating those that are coming to your school,
Mhm.
what are the main goals? And in some places, some people like to say that you have an actual motto, maybe, or
Mhm.
you might have a different word
Mhm.
for it. But tell everybody kind of
Uh,
like the stages of who you are trying to build as
yeah,
a
so our
person.
goals when people come and work out in Wing Chun Kung Fu, you're going to understand that the other people working out will be your Kung Fu brothers and sisters. It'll be a great family atmosphere, but we train hard. We work on our basics, our kicks, our blocks, our movements, but then we're going to talk about the real world, the times that we're in, and we're going to talk about things you should be aware of when you're out and about. Okay.
Okay.
I was back in Minnesota. I was in the riots there, and very intense. How would you say up there? You've got to be aware around your surroundings because they're constantly changing. We want to develop that skill set, that awareness, but training through Wing Chun, you're going to develop that confidence, some inner self peace, but you will have the tools to effectively defend yourself if need be. That's the very, very last option.
Okay, so the things are is you want to get people to your classes.
Mhm.
Your classes are how much per class, or do they do a monthly deal?
Well, what we do over at the Elks Theater, they're very low price, $10 per class. Okay. Classes in Prescott Valley, I'm just about out of room where I've got room for just a couple more, then that's it. And those simply are 50 a month. Okay. You come 2, 3 times a week. And during that time, we're going to work hard.
Okay, and one of the things are is that we're trying to get people to his class. How many people are allowed in this? I mean, do you have
Oh, yes, that's a good question. I teach differently here, where I only want small classes. I'm concerned about uh, the quality of the student. Okay, and I want to spend time one on one with the student, developing. So the classes over in Prescott Valley, 4 or 5, no more than that. You know,
okay?
I'd be happier if there was 2 or 3 classes in Prescott. We've got a little bit more room there, so somewhere between 6 and 10. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, I want small classes. Like I said, I'm going to load the student up with information about the martial arts and some of my experience as worked in law enforcement.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and put his name up on the screen. What is a good phone number again?
612
612
930
930
6124.
612.
If I don't answer, just leave a message and I will get back to you shortly.
All right, let me go ahead and space this out so you guys can see it a little bit more legibly.
Mhm.
And then we're going to go ahead and put that on the screen so we can go ahead and make sure that you're able to go ahead and get in contact with him. Classes are going to be limited, but also it's going to be very much needed. And once again, you know, it starts at the age of what's the youngest?
Youngest 10ish, you know, I'd be willing to accept 10ish up to right now. Students I've got from 10 up to 72.
Okay. So one of the things is that, you know what, it happens in the age of school, building confidence in your child and being able to say, hey, listen, you can defend yourself, but the first line of defense is
Defusing it. Try to defuse
judo,
it.
verbal judo.
Yes, verbal judo.
Verbal judo is, I think, is what you dubbed it as, and this is something that you work with your mind and not with your fist. And
Right.
at the same time, it's also good to go ahead and have that ability for self defense and being able to go ahead and share it with your child. And in some cases, we can't technically find that in ourselves to go ahead and give to the child because we obviously want to stand up for them, but they're going to have to stand up for themselves.
Have to stand up,
and these are the tools that you need as an individual. And if you guys are wanting to go ahead and be a part of that, the phone number is right here on the screen, and this is how you get a hold of them.
All right.
Pete, tell everybody how long you've been doing this again.
It's a long time. I'm going to sound like I'm old. I started when I was 15. You know, I did karate for decades. Spent time in Okinawa, Japan, studying with. One time I had 4 teachers there. I had a couple shoulder injuries. Those got fixed up. Then I went back to Kung Fu. I wanted to go back to the original source. I've traveled all over China. I've been to the Shaolin Temple. And currently I go to Guangzhou. That's where I see my Wing Chun teacher, Master Lee.
Okay, so Cryptech82 is asking, how much should I expect to spend on equipment? I guess it depends on your thing.
That's a very good question. For us, Prescott Valley, we work out sometimes in our street clothes. We want to train in different clothing. The shirt here, school shirt, $20. Go on to Amazon, eBay, Kung Fu pants, maybe $20, $30. The shoes that I wear called Feiyu, wait for their sale to happen. You can get them 40% off. Another $20. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's, that's to start up with. That's it.
Now, in the equipment, obviously, I don't know if you're talking about the speed bags or even, any of the tools that you use. I technically think that that's as you build your abilities.
You would get more equipment. Right now in Prescott Valley, I have everything. So a person that would be training Kung Fu with me in Prescott Valley, I have everything. I've got the wooden dummy. I've got the kicking shields, pads, other punching apparatus.
And Cryptic, I'm pretty sure that if you have any questions, you're more than welcome to go
Absolutely.
ahead and get a hold of Pete. Sinful Pete. Is it Sinful Pete or
Sinful Pete?
Pete.
Okay.
Sinful Pete. So this is a very big deal. Starting, school year, starting life in general, or just being having the idea that you can protect yourself and also, contain an incident, because we know that they do happen, and I don't want them to happen to anybody, but at the same time, you still got to protect yourself. And to be able to be a part of something like this, it's a very inexpensive investment. And once again, it's New Year's, and you might as well do that.
New Year's resolutions.
Yeah,
let's get training.
Let's get training. And once again, you can go ahead and get in contact with him at 612-930-6124. And if you go to their Facebook page, which we have on the screen right now, you can go ahead and go to Prescott Valley Kung-Fu, go to the events, check out the events that they have listed, and get involved as soon as possible, because it is very limited on the school capacity, and you don't want to miss out. And once again, it's a new Kung Fu studio that is growing, so it might as well grow with somebody that is willing to go ahead and teach you hand-to-hand combat, or even verbal judo. What do we say?
We'll call it verbal judo. Condensed version.
Yes. And so if you guys want to know more about him, please be free to go ahead and check out his actual pages. And I think you do actually have an also let me see. Let me go back to
I have the private
you have an email?
A
website.
Yes, the Prescott Valley Kung-Fu.com.
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and copy this real quick. I'll put it on the stream so you guys could do that. Well, actually, I'll put it in the comments. Let me see. Boom, boom, boom. And then I will also put this on the screen, because we always love to go ahead and brand this stuff. Let's go ahead and just do that. Doom. PrescottValleyKungFu.com. So if you guys want to know more about what is going on here, reach out to him and let's get those classes filled up, and let's get him ready to go ahead and help you help yourself and keep yourself safe. All right. With that being said, peace and love and happiness. Let it not be war. And I promise you, love will always win. With that being said, this is going to be a great hump day. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you guys later.